Hello everyone, welcome back. So, I don't know about you guys, but I have been listening a lot of news lately about a fast approaching financial doom, and it has put me in the mental mindset that I have to be smarter and more responsible with my personal finances. So I thought that today, instead of sharing with you a haul or a shopping trip and incentivizing you to buy new things, I could actually be more useful by showing you guys how to style a piece that I believe everybody has in their wardrobe, a basic shirt. Like many items of clothing, a shirt can come in a variety of colors, of fabrics, of prints, but today we are going to go over 3 that I believe can be the more useful and the most versatile in your closet, which are, first one being a sort of rough cotton chambray shirt. This is an item that might seem a little bit rough for us girls who love the classic feminine style, but I do find that this is a great alternative to when I want to throw something on just to get things done. And it's not too prim, it's not too delicate, so I don't feel bad about wearing it. Followed by a classic cotton white shirt. This is what some would call an Oxford shirt. It is a thinner cotton, a more refined cotton, and this is the most versatile of them 3. So it is the kind of shirt that you're going to wear time and time again, be able to play around with it a lot and get a bunch of different results with just one piece. And finally, a very luxurious, very beautiful, very soft silk shirt. This is your greatest partner for more special occasions, for making your looks stand out, make them look a little bit, again, more luxurious, more glamorous, more refined. And I have mentioned this in my last video when I showed you what I wear in a week. I think a shirt is an absolute staple in a wardrobe, not only because it is classic, because it is a very iconic piece of clothing, but because it is versatile, because it will go from day to night, it will go from casual to formal, and you will be able to style it in a bunch of different ways. You can, of course, style it in the traditional way. I think the first pairing that comes to mind would be with a cardigan or with a sweater. But in this video, I wanted to show you a few different little tricks that can extend the wearability of your shirts. This first look is going to be the most casual of the ones I'm going to show you. I think the biggest power of a shirt is its capacity of layering. You can add things on and you get a completely different result. So in this outfit, I am using my chambray shirt, so the rougher kind of more organic material, as a layering piece, so as an additional piece over a high neck t-shirt instead of as a base layer. So I opted for a high neck t-shirt because I do think that it gives a little bit more of an elegant touch. I tied the shirt around my waist, rolled up the sleeves, paired it with some high-waisted jeans, and I think this is the perfect look if you need to clean your house, if you need to wash the dogs, if you need to, I don't know, paint something or go to the supermarket really fast, go to the park. The kind of look that is not exactly elegant or extremely chic, but it does look put together in a way. It looks like you actually mentally combined it instead of just throwing things on. Something that you can do to make it a little bit more delicate other than the high neck t-shirt is pairing it with a more delicate, more feminine pair of shoes. In this case, I went for some slingbacks, but some ballet flats would work perfectly in this case. However, if you do not have floors to scrub and things to dust, you can always get that same layered look by opting for different fabrics. So if the chambray seems a little too rough around the edges for you, maybe go for an organza or for a lace or for a tulle, just to get that sort of layered look without the more rustic fabric of a chambray shirt. And then when the colder season starts to approach, I love kind of transporting that trick into fall winter by, instead of layering over a t-shirt, I will use that shirt as a top layer for a high neck or roll neck sweater. I love this look. I think it is so like Ralph Lauren ad from the 90s. It adds warmth, but you still have the structure of the shirt. I think it is so beautiful to play around with different colors. But one thing that I think is important to consider for the layering aspect of a shirt, especially if you're going to wear it over something else, is to not get a shirt that is too tight, too fitted. Opt for something that is a little bit more loose, maybe even an oversize, and you won't look puffy or just constricted, moving robotically with your 1,000 layers. So maybe leave the fitted shirts as an underneath layer and those more oversized ones for an over layer. And now for my favorite layering trick with a shirt, it's simple, it sounds kind of silly, but the effect is chef's kiss, is a scarf. I know, I'm always talking about scarves, but they are magical. I think that adding that scarf underneath a shirt is kind of equestrian, kind of old world. It adds color to your look. You can play with prints, but you will still get that classic vibe from the shirt, so you can really play around, and it looks beautiful on anyone. Great for covering up this area if you don't want to add a whole layer underneath a shirt. Just adding a scarf will again give you that layered effect without the bunchiness and the excessive fabric near your skin. I also really like how a shirt can be a counterpoint to pieces that are maybe a little too revealing or more sexy. In this case, with a leather mini skirt, the addition of the shirt underneath the wool jacket that is more boxy gives that kind of preppy, a little bit more charming element that takes the look from vixen va-va-voom to something a little bit more delicate and a little bit more pristine. And this might be a trick that to some might seem too conservative, but I just love the look of that collar peeking through. Even though it is closed up to the last button, it almost acts like a detail, like a necklace. So it gives that finishing touch to your neck. And then I just finished it off with a strand of simple pearls, but you can absolutely not have anything and you'll still have that kind of feature near your face, which is always nice. Now, what is a video of mine without mentioning ponchos, wraps, capes, ruanas? A lot of you ask me how to style these pieces because I tell you time and time again that they are an absolute necessity in your wardrobe. Maybe I could even do a video like this talking about those kinds of pieces. With a few very easy steps, you go from looking like you went outside with a blanket over your shoulders to I am waiting for my chauffeur in front of Bergdorf Goodman. It is magical and very, very easy to achieve. First tip is belting. You will see that I didn't just throw on my poncho. I actually put on a belt. It is positioned perfectly, so you have the shoulders aligned, the back, you get a little bit of gathering around the waist, which is always nice. So it's not just a lot of fabric flowing around. It's very considerate and constructed. Second thing is pop your collar. I really love an Oxford shirt for this type of look because it has a bit of a more structured fabric. So if you pop your collar, it will stay popped. And it also kind of allows you to manipulate it a little bit, fold it around and get the shape that you want. So here, what I love doing is I pop it all the way over and then I just fold the tips. So you get almost like a tuxedo shirt effect that gives you that length to your neck, adds a little bit more wide fabric, so you get a bit more of that regal, elegant feel. It will look like you spent hours and a lot of money creating this look, but actually you just threw a couple of pieces together. It's the miracle of knowing how to style your pieces. And speaking of popped colors, I could not make a shirt video without mentioning the icon, the queen of making shirts chic, Carolina Herrera. I was inspired by her to create this next look. Hopefully I will do her justice, but basically Carolina Herrera has the ability of making a shirt work in any situation. She takes it from basic, boring universe and transforms it into such exciting, luxurious pieces. And my favorite combination from hers is the crisp white shirt with a full skirt. Her white shirt to a gala look is extremely iconic, but since I don't have a marvelous taffeta long skirt in my closet, I opted for this sort of round midi skirt in a beautiful black and white print. It is so fun, so delicate, feminine, yet a statement in terms of fashion, gives a beautiful result with, again, not too much effort. It's the type of combination that doesn't come up immediately to our heads, but it should. And a key to this styling trick is the quality of your shirt, because it is front and center. So you want a shirt that fits you properly, you want a shirt that is not see-through or that is kind of wonky. So just pay attention to that, because this is basically a showcase of that piece. Mrs. Herrera also loves to add necklaces to her shirts, and I really do love that look of a necklace underneath a collar. She usually wears longer necklaces that kind of peek through the V that creates from the buttoning. I prefer to see it all underneath, because I think it can look, if it's not the right necklace, it can look a little bit, confusing and too much information, but still, beautiful trick. And staying on the topic of dressing up, I do think that a silk shirt can be a great ally for special occasions. It is not only classic in its shape, but the more luxurious, more noble material will elevate anything that you pair it with. In this case, I wanted to wear a very classic, very iconic look that is a smoking look. So it is a blazer and a pair of pants. To me, it screams Chanel, Saint Laurent in the 70s and the 80s. Has that androgynous, kind of more masculine feature to it, but with the addition of a silky, flowier blouse, you again get that counterpoint between those two elements, and everything combined together just makes sense. And I have seen a few iterations of this look being made into a more sexy version of it. This case with Charlize Theron, she went all out and just wore it wide open. I think it's a little risky. Might work for a red carpet, might work for a runway, but for real life, I would go for something maybe that is like a bustier, maybe something that is corseted in a velvet or in a beautiful delicate chantilly lace. Will show curve, will show cleavage, but will still cover you, so it's not just an accident waiting to happen. And I think that this is 1,000 times more sexy than any skimpy dress that you can find online. So again, just showing the versatility of a shirt. This is it, everyone. Hopefully that inspired you to look at your shirts in a fresh way and to wear them not only with sweaters and cardigans, but with a variety of other pieces as well. Let me know down in the comments if you have any tips on how to style a shirt. I know that I could never cover all of the possibilities in one video, so we would love to know how you style yours. And also let me know if you want other videos like this, so exploring the many possibilities of one specific piece and how to extend it to different occasions and different ways to wear. It was really fun filming it. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see each other again next time. Bye!